You want it, let's do it. Ride it, my pony, my saddle, something, jump on it.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is going to be the real episode 69 of GG's The Mouthful Podcast.
Give me a G! Give me another G! What's it spelled? Or GG!
Yes. What is up? This is the newest episode, and of course, our voice with me is Mr. David Santos.
Now, if anybody is going to be listening to reruns,
yes,
you are completely invalidated.
Yes, you're absolutely right. By the way, go ahead, sir.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, hey, everybody. Yes, my name is David Santos, yes. a.k.a. Dream Twister.
A.k.a. Dreamy Twister. And of course,
Dreamy Twister.
And of course, the third voice here today is not, unfortunately, Krista Montanez. Is that supposed to be a cricket?
A drunk cricket, maybe.
No, unfortunately, she has some things to take care of today, so she's not going to be able to join us. But she will, of course, be back next week. But we're going to hold down the fort for her. It's going to be a two-man show.
Yes. The guys are... Is there something that we can say? The guys are...
Running the asylum. I don't know. We'll go with that.
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
I was trying.
Yes. We have, first off, of course, we're enjoying a nice red ale today.
That is what's messing us up.
Yes, I think so. I think that has a little something to do with it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring a toast for history in gaming.
Yes.
This Monday would mark the 10-year anniversary of a particular game that I love that came out exactly 10 years ago this Monday, the 21st of August.
Donkey Kong Country?
No. BioShock.
BioShock?
Yes.
Wait, it has been 10 years?
10 years. This Monday, the 21st of August. I have it right here, sir. It came out on BioShock. It came out on PC and Xbox 360 only. August 21st,
that is
2007.
True. That is true because, yes, 2007 was the year Xbox 360
was killing it. Yeah.
It killed it.
Yeah.
It murdered it. It was such a good year. You know, we got Oblivion. I think we got Mass Effect also. I think
you could be. Yeah, you could be. Sounds right.
We got freaking BioShock, of course.
Yep.
Damn.
BioShock, dude. That game, I've said this before.
The best reveal of any game still. That's my that's my sixth sense. No, well, that's my best reveal.
Oh, ever. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't have an Xbox 360. My friend had an Xbox 360, and he was so enamored with the game. He lent me his Xbox 360 so that he can go take care of errands and I can play. Is that not a good friend?
Wow.
I mean, that's a great friend who's like, here, you're gonna love this.
Damn.
Yeah. He also let me the first Assassin's Creed. Mm-hmm. So the two games were available, and I put in BioShock in first, right? Never touched Assassin's Creed. Never even put it in. Before I knew it. It was 4 hours later, and he's knocking on the door. Hey man, I'm back. I was like, damn it! It's been the whole day. Oh my god! It's the game that almost solidified me purchasing an Xbox 360.
Almost. But then
Red Rings happened, and I was like, no, I don't want any part of that. So other than that, it's okay.
Almost had him. Yes. And I had to take your friend down, of course, and take his place then.
Yes.
Yeah,
which you're still fighting the good fight.
Yes, exactly. Still fighting the good fight.
You're like, Xbox One X, you got to get it. It has God knows how many teraflops. You got to do it.
Point in the purposes, I am platform agnostic. I just don't want a monopoly.
I don't either. No. For the record, I do not either. But yes, so I just wanted to give a toast. So a toast.
A toast for BioShock.
A toast.
Neither man nor
not man nor
gods.
No. Not. Oh shit, man, we're screwing this up here.
Fucked that up real
It's
bad.
not got. Oh god, now I have to look it up. It's gonna piss me off. It's neither. People are screaming at their freaking podcast right now, like dumbasses. How do you not know this?
Would you kindly look for that?
Well, that's
right
fine.
now?
Would you kindly? Cheers.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose rapture.
It is no kings or
The kings nor man. No, fuck, I fucked it up again. God.
no. It's no kings, no gods, only men.
That sounds like it. Yes. Let's go with that.
Well, we're gonna have to because we can't screw it up one more
All
time.
your base are belong to us. That's what Andrew Ryan said, right? Yes. When you
man.
rescue the princess.
When you
from-
rescue the princess.
Yes. From Mr. X.
Speaking of princesses, I've been playing a game that has nothing to do with princesses.
I was going to say, speaking of princess, I was like, go ahead, princess.
I've been playing a game called Mr. Shifty.
Oh, Mr. Shifty.
Yes.
That came
and
out a little bit ago, right?
Maybe about a month now.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically quite literally aping on Hotline Miami. It's
wow.
quite literally like, ooh, we like this formula. We're going to do this.
Oh, wow.
The difference is it's obviously it's not that 8-bit looking aesthetic of Hotline Miami. It is 3D, but it's still overhead. The character, Mr. Shifty, is the character that runs in. He doesn't use guns. He is what it doesn't really, let's just be real. The story here is very light, but he has this ability to like shift from one spot to another at a certain distance. He can't go but too far. Very similar to Nightcrawler.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And it kind of looks like him he has a trench coat on. It has almost like they were
Man, this
using
game
that
is lifting assets from
from everywhere, yeah. But it's overhead. It's fast paced. What I like about it is when he hits somebody, he'll go flying into a wall. I mean, he's obviously supposed to be some sort of super being, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so yeah, you're able to zip into a room and they'll come around the corner going, where did he go? Where did he go? And you can come behind them and just knock them and then zip right out of there. And it's fast paced. At first I was like, oh, this is not that hard. And of course, the difficulty started getting up there. I'm like, oh man, this is I'm going to try actually to stream it tomorrow. Today, if you're listening to this today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to try to stream it for you guys because it's actually pretty good. And if you like Hotline Miami,
I love Hotline Miami.
Did you finish it yet?
No, I want to take time for it. I want to take time, uninterrupted time, and this games keep coming.
I know.
I was just realizing this morning that
First world problems.
I'm going to talk about the games that I went to. That I need to just like focus. So I'm still doing Yakuza. Unfortunately, I'm gonna continue there until. I mean, not unfortunately. I'm having a blast with it, but it prevents me. It's gonna prevent me from playing those other titles that I wanna that we talked about. Backlog.
Yeah, exactly. That freaking backlog.
Yeah.
This one I picked up. This is a shame. With the backlog I had, I just literally picked up Mr. Shifty probably about a week ago, and went right into it. So yeah, I recommend it if you like it. It's on everything Xbox. It's even on Switch. So
Oh wow.
although I do hear that Switch's version has some frame rate issues, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't think it's game breaking. Just be aware of that. Even on this one though, I had a couple hitches here and there, but nothing dramatic. So yeah, that's all. That's really all I've been doing.
Wow. No movies, no series.
Game of Thrones, which is my God, They have put 2 seasons worth of stuff into the 5 episodes that I've seen so far.
Bring it. Let's talk a little bit about it. Obviously, without spoilers.
Without spoilers. I don't know how I do this without spoilers. But let's just say everything is coming to a head. People who were miles apart in the main story, never met, never knew each other, are running into each other, teaming up, and it looks like it's going to it feels like, man, everything's coming seriously to a head. Like everything's gonna something really bad or something really awesome is gonna happen, or both.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I fear that it's gonna be really bad.
Really bad.
And I'm going to say this in one thing, and this is not a spoiler. This is not a spoiler. First of all, I have not seen the leaked episode of episode 6.
No, we don't do that.
I don't. I want to see it as it comes out.
Yeah.
2, I have no knowledge of this. Is not in anything. This is literally just my theory.
This is just speculation.
If you've seen you've seen the show, you may even go, how the hell did you get to that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ice dragons. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ice dragons.
That's all I'm gonna say.
What?
And I'm like, I have a feeling something's gonna happen, and we're gonna have an ice dragon of some sort.
Well,
That's all.
you know how this series like to set up the character that you will absolutely love.
Oh my God, yes.
And then take it out. I say bye Jon Snow.
No, I don't think
I'm telling you, this person likes to toy with your feelings. It's like, oh yeah, no, he could be this. Oh, you think so? Oh, okay, splat. Red wedding,
or
all over
something
again.
like that. Oh my God, that is possible. I guess. I just story wise, I'll be like, what are we doing here? You know, what was this all for? If that's where we're gonna go. You never know. There's a meme out there where he says, "In the end, everybody dies." I'm like, okay, that could be the ending. You know? Spoilers if it is, and you're listening to this in the future sometime. But no, I'm really enjoying it. Every week I am like glued to I'm like, what's gonna happen? What is it? What is the deal? And then of course the best part of it is we go to work. You know what I mean? And I get to work and we are deep diving our thoughts, our theories, and I'm like, there's people. The best part
there are
of
more
this.
fans of this series that I've ever seen. Like people that didn't care to watch seasons one through what season 6.
We're in 7 now.
So now they're glued to 7. Sometimes without even have seen the previous one.
Oh my God, like, that's got to be pointless.
Because it's entertaining. Still, they have done
so many little things.
No, you have to. Yeah. You definitely have to. Go back and watch them.
Both my sister-in-laws, my Annie, she is season 6. She's in the middle of season 6. Jackie is finishing season 5. And then we have people at work. Diana, she's freezing through stuff. She's in the middle of season 3, which if you remember what happened in season 3, I'm like, wow. Here it comes.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
We need to talk to her.
All I said, I just got real quick. Brace yourself. That's all I said. Just brace yourself.
Not even. Just let it go blind. Let it go blind. I have a recording. We're talking about the Red Wedding, right? Yeah. Okay. Yes. I still have a recording that
Spoilers.
I kept for posterity of my wife experiencing that exact part and how she breaks down into like the most like scathing philosophical talk about the downfall of humanity and how it's crazy.
It is good
the
stuff.
best. Yeah. So I'm thinking, hey, they're gonna up the ante for this, right? Because this is the next to last. Obviously, the last season. I mean, God bless. He has to have some sort of happy ending.
I would say this is what I'm saying. I can say for the most part,
he doesn't have to, but
yeah, I can say for the most part, nothing has happened this season. To me, my personal feeling that has not been, or how to say it, nothing's happened that's been as dramatically bad as things that's happened before.
Yeah,
Because at some point, it's just after 5 seasons, you're like, oh my god, it's just nothing good will ever happen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Now, while nothing great is happening, and it's not like things are turning good. Nothing bad has happened yet either. Of course, we haven't get to the end of the season, so some things, some people did, die, whatever, in the earlier season, but no one I really cared for, because they weren't the ones
yeah.
not they weren't integral, but it weren't the ones I was rooting for. So
gotcha,
I'm like, oh man, that's rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
See you in the next life.
It's had it coming.
Yeah, I guess so. So no, I can't wait to this Sunday, bro.
All right. So okay. So maybe not Jon Snow.
I have a theory, but I don't want to say it. I don't have to. I think
you can say theories. Theories are not based on nothing.
Okay, so my theory is Danny
Uh-huh.
is not gonna make it. I think.
Whoa!
Yes, yeah. I think through all the struggles and everything that happened, I think she is ultimately doomed. And I'm not going to say why because obviously it'll be spoiled. But I think that her push so blindly to become the queen of the seven
But I thought that was the whole point.
It could be.
This series is about her. Is it? Isn't it? Isn't it? You're breaking my heart here, man. Come on.
No, I'm just saying. This is just my theory.
HBO, I will flip my bit if you mess up.
This is my theory.
Kill Daenerys.
And I think
I'm gonna leak all your episodes. I'm gonna leak episodes of Baller. How about that?
It's too late. They're already out there.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
Oh man, but that's my theory. I think that unfortunately, she's got to that point where she crossed a certain line. There's this line where you go, when you cross this line, you're doomed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah.
You're doomed for, and I think she's already crossed that. I think it's coming. It's kind of gone to her head, and she's ultimately doomed. So.
No, she is. I mean, she is the pretty. And I don't want to be reductive, and I don't mean it in a sexist way. But I mean, like, she is the character that you want to see how the story unveils, about from this series. I mean, yes, you can say the same thing about Jon Snow, unless they do something like completely cruel and they pit them against each other. That would be like completely messed up and awesome.
That's kind of along the lines of what I was thinking. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right. But maybe Jamie Lannister.
It could be.
Because
oh no, actually, would you think that he's gonna die? Oh, I think he's gonna die.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think he has his.
It's maybe not this season, but it is gonna happen.
Yeah.
He's back in the wrong horse. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. He's, again, after Oathkeeper and all the goodness, he back into.
Yeah, he went the wrong way.
Yes.
So that's all I've been doing.
All right. So
what have you been up
to? I have been very productive this past week. I've actually watched 2 movies and played 2 games.
Oh wow! Look at you, man.
So yeah,
that's prime use of or prime way of wasting your time.
Of wasting exactly. The best way the efficient way to waste your time. Exactly, in the most efficient way. So I was very happy because I saw 2 awesome movies. First of all, Sunday night. Went to see Baby Driver. If you get the opportunity, this movie is almost on the outs already from the movie theaters.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think so. Like, I couldn't find it at Epic Theaters. I had to go to Alafaya here in
Epic
in
is
Orlando.
like really uppity. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they still have Spider-Man. Anyway,
what does that mean?
Nothing.
That sounded like a dig of some sort.
No, nothing. That movie is freaking awesome, and let me tell you why. It's not the type of movie where it's not gonna be crazy action. This is not Michael Bay-ish, kind of crap. This is a movie where it knows how to do car chases really well.
Oh, well, there's action, good action. Okay.
Yes, and it knows how to make you care for the characters. Even though there's these movies that have I have holes in my movie lineup. I haven't seen. Like I haven't seen Pulp Fiction, for example.
Oh
yeah,
God.
go ahead, put your comments. Go ahead. It's on my list. I'm gonna stop typing. Gilberto. I haven't seen. There's this level of movies that they almost become cult classics.
Yeah.
They have a big following, but they're special. I feel like this could be one of them, and I don't want to overhype it or anything like that.
Oh, it's okay.
My wife
It's
was
been
okay with
overhyped,
it.
yeah.
She liked it. Maybe she didn't love it as much as I did, but she was entertained. She was quite entertained by it, and I think she gave it a 4 out of 5, which is a really good score.
That's good.
I'll
8 out of 10.
Probably say 4.5 from me out of 5. So I just don't want to say much about about
No,
it.
I hear it's one of those that, yeah. Here's what I did. Just looking it up here. Did you know that Edgar Wright is the director and writer of this?
Edgar Wright, he was responsible for what?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, then there you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
I wasn't sure if you were aware of that.
And Scott Pilgrim versus the World, one of the best video game movies.
Like the best. So
Yeah,
it's
the best,
like
yes.
the only real good
Let's
one.
be real. Let's be real. Man, I want to see that movie again. So that was Baby Driver. Excellent cast, also. I gotta say.
Yes, I saw John
Kevin
Bernthal's
Spacey.
in there, and Kevin Spacey. Yeah,
And Spacey, he's awesome there also.
he's awesome in everything. Let's be real.
Yeah, well, yes, of course. And then so that was that. So the very next day on Monday, I saw the trailer again for the next Kingsman.
Kingsman 2?
Yeah, 2 movie. Yeah, exactly. And it kind of got me like, I haven't seen Kingsman either. Let me go ahead and try that. Oh boy. Oh brother.
That movie is all kinds of insane, yeah.
It is, yes, exactly. I don't know how I feel about. I mean, I loved it. I loved it, but with a big qualifier. Shut your brain down when you see it. Just watch it for fun. It's a great popcorn flick. It is. I mean, yes, it is. Very good action. Very good, fight scenes. I was getting a little worried at one point because it started doing all of you are the young the detective. You're gonna compete against each other and get better and whatever. So I thought it was gonna lean heavily on that. These detectives are gonna compete against each other. These young, people are gonna compete against each other. But no, it actually went straight action. It's crazy. It has the best Samuel Jackson at his finest. I'm not gonna say that because again, I haven't seen. It's when I saw Samuel Jackson, I was like, oh no, really? Another one, of course, is gonna be like, mother effing this and mother effing that. But no. When he comes out, and with this particular characteristic, I'm not gonna even say it. All of you have seen it. You know what I'm talking about. But this particular characteristic of his character is great. It is very, very, very funny.
Very entertaining. Yeah.
Very entertaining. Yeah. I was hooked. I was immediately. I mean, I'm very looking forward to the second one now.
Yeah. That includes The Statesman, which is interesting, of course, because now they're coming over to America.
Coming to America. Exactly.
Yeah.
With doing the little, Murica thing with the Murica thing with the cowboys and stuff like that. That really looks great. That really looks fantastic.
And I buy into it. I'm like, yeah, why not? If you have a Kingsman, why can't we have a Statesman?
You know that exactly. Why? I can finally say that I understand that meme that has come out a lot on video game forums, where is the guy, the guy in that church.
The church. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the church scene from.
From Kingsman.
From Kingsman. Yes.
I can finally understand. Like the first time I saw that, I thought it was like, oh, what the hell? This is tasteless. What the hell is going on here? So,
Honestly,
this is BS.
And I think you can agree that comes a point in that scene when you're like, okay, this is going on.
Yeah, I
too
know
long.
exactly, exactly. It
This is going on
didn't
too long.
stop. Like,
Yeah.
It didn't stop to the point where, we were just like, okay, this is a little too much already. Like, calm down. It reminded me of not to say it was bad or boring. It's just saying
On
like,
the contrary, yeah.
okay,
It's a train wreck. You can't turn your weight.
I get it. Yeah, it's like I get it. You're fucking shit up over here. Yes, and it's like John Wick. Two gave me that feeling also of like, okay, it's already dead. They're already dead. The whole world is dead. I mean, with so many bullets. So yeah, Kingsman, very entertaining. If you haven't watched it,
Yes, highly recommended.
yes,
by
yes,
both. Yeah.
absolutely. Do we know the director there? Anybody in particular there?
The director of that one, I
Yeah.
have to look it up, sir.
So those were my two movies. It was great because I saw those back to back. I actually got the opportunity also to play some really cool titles. Besides Yakuza, which I'm having a blast with. That story is picking up very nicely. I played Res Infinite on PC. Have you played Res Infinite?
No, I've never played any of the. No, I've never played, unfortunately.
It's an on rails shooter with your gamepad, but it's almost like musical. Almost, it's definitely musical.
Yeah, I was going to say this.
No, it's definitely musical. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to. The most recent title that will be something like that will be, what was the name of that game that had the metal beetle?
Oh,
on the
Thumper.
track? Thumper.
Yeah, Thumper.
Yeah.
I love Thumper.
Yeah, something like that where your actions on the screen reflect on the music, and you just feel so good about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's very responsive.
exactly. It's very responsive. This game originally came out on PS2, and in Japan it had a weird peripheral, which was kind of like a vibrator type of thing.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know what the whole point of it was exactly. Maybe if I find information, I'll post it. But it was a very particular peripheral that did not come to the state. But yeah.
Thank God for that.
If you want to have the enhanced experience, no. But Res Infinite, it's out on PS4. It's been on PS4 for a while. I got it on a deal on Steam on PC, and it looks great. You can do 4K, 60 frames per second, or unlimited frames per
that's
second,
good.
whatever. So, and also got the opportunity to. I also got Sonic Mania.
Oh, nice.
Sir,
okay.
let me tell you something about
Is
Sonic Mania.
Sonic the Hedgehog back?
Sonic the Hedgehog is mother effing back.
Nice.
This is the absolute title that we've been waiting for since like the 20 years or whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a video podcast, but you didn't just see him drop his paper and say, let me tell you about this.
Yes. Let me just, you know what? Let me take my shirt off.
Wait a minute.
No, I was very happy with what I saw because everybody wanted a sequel, 2D sequel for Sonic 3, for Sonic and Knuckles, or whatever was the last one that came out. And we were thinking that we were going to get it when Sonic 4 got announced, but then that game had a nice aesthetic. It didn't look 16-bit or anything like that, but we kind of weren't expecting it to look like that.
Wasn't it much more...
It was cartoony. It was
much more well animated.
It was
right?
animated. Yes. For some reason, they messed up the formula, the feel of Sonic. And Sonic, a lot of people don't like the Sonic games because they feel like they're not in control. Like, it's not a game. Like, what do you do? How do you play this game? I think you just play Sonic whatever the hell way you want to play it. You know, if you just want to run fast and go to the end, you can do that. If you want to explore, sure, you can do that and find the secrets and find the emerald, the emeralds. Forgot the Chaos Emerald. So in this particular title, so you could get the best ending.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I'm exploring a little bit. I'm just going out to see how, because I love the feeling of this particular title because it feels exactly like the Genesis Sonic felt.
The traditional one.
The traditional ones. But they have they actually put like layers of gameplay, of new gameplay of it, animations, even though it still looks on that 16-bit
the character has different
the
animation
characters,
stuff, yeah.
yes.
That's cool.
Something that I really love, for example, is you start in what's it called, Emerald
Emerald Lands? No.
I forgot the name. It's the first stage of Sonic 1, basically.
Yeah.
And it starts with the same music, the same. Imagine playing Mario in World 1-1. You already know Mario 1. Exactly. So Sonic has that version on
Emerald Hills.
Emerald Hills,
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you. Sonic has the same version of Emerald Hills. You played that first level, it felt exactly the same. It was awesome.
Is it the same level or it's just a reimagined?
It's enhanced. It's a little enhanced here or there, but for the most part, you remember everything where it was. But then it goes to the next one. Rather than doing a fade out, fade back in, it actually scrolls to, okay, now this is the next part of Emerald Hill. Oh, wait a minute, now shit is completely different. Now the music went from 16-bit to super enhanced 16-bit with more instrument and more.
Nice.
It does a very nice remix of it. Man, I was eating that up, and because one of my favorite Sonic games was Sonic CD, where you could travel even to the past and all that. This game gave me that feeling, of how, man, a good Sonic game is a fun Sonic game. You could actually nostalgia aside, you could actually have a really good time. And it's not something that you need to spend a lot of time on it. You can just play one level and, come back to it. And basically that's what I've actually ended up having to do. I because I'm playing Yakuza and I need to focus on Yakuza, I say, okay, I'll play this every once in a while before, 5 minutes before I have to go to work or something like that. But yeah, if you guys had any doubts on it, and you want to try it out, I mean, yes, they nailed it. This is the good Sonic, that 9 out of 10 or the 4 out of 5. Definitely worth check it out.
So, question.
Yeah.
As far as I personally, my issue with Sonic, I'm not a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan, and it could be mostly because I was always I never had a Genesis system or any Sega system, so it could be that. But I think I've played Sonic the Hedgehog, and my biggest issue always with the characters, I wanted to do the running. I wanted to just
Go fast,
you know what I mean? But whenever you hit something or wherever you stop, man, it felt like they just dropped an anchor, and now you're like moving at the speed of smell or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, so that was always my issue with it. I kind of want to give it a chance. A part of me is like, you know what? Let me try to go back to it. You know
It's a
what I
good
mean?
one. Yeah, it's a good one to start with because
with,
it's not like they have any sequel or anything like that.
Yeah, well, clearly.
You can also play as Tails and as Knuckles. Even though I think in the normal game you played as Sonic and then has Tails behind you. I think it has 2 players also.
Oh, this one, the time trials and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the before this one, what was your favorite Sonic? Sonic CD?
Sonic CD, definitely. It was something because it has the best soundtrack, absolute best. Okay. Which, by the way, this one's a really good soundtrack too. But Sonic CD had a Redwood CD audio. Plus, it had the best intro, the Sonic Boom.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Sonic Boom.
Yes,
Sonic
I remember
Boom. Oh my God, there hasn't been a better Sonic intro ever.
I remember seeing that too.
Fantastic, yes.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm considering it. I'm considering buying into. I mean, it's $20 too on top of that, so it's not even a big investment.
Exactly.
Either,
on top of that, they're not trying to screw you with pricing. It's actually just $20.
I think to an extent, maybe not 100%, but to an extent, Sega should be a little commended here by handing this title to or the guys who did this, being these guys who do indie stuff, whatever, and they kind of presented the thing to them, and they said, fine, sure, go ahead and make it. You know what I mean? Something that I think we were agreeing with Metroid for Nintendo. The person who made it, a Metroid 2.
The Metroid 2 bootleg
one and all this stuff, and he wasn't trying to make money, and a part of it almost looked like he was trying to say, hey man, I'll do it for you if you don't want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you can just take
Nintendo
it.
should actually just get that. Yeah.
Yeah, and but they didn't, obviously, and they took it down. But it was cool that this one here, they look like they gave it to say, you know what, you guys are passionate about this. Clearly, you like the product. Who else would you want on it? You know, that's what you want. You want passion behind your project, because when it does, this is what happens. You get a great final product. You know what I mean? When you have passion behind it. And I think that to an extent, again, because again, Sega's all about money, whatever, and they're releasing their own Sonic later this year, as a matter of fact. So to an extent, I still say Sega took the chance, say sure, go ahead, and you know.
I'm hoping that all this good, you know, the good vibe that this game is getting, that makes them finally have Sega listen to their fans, because the thing is, the poor Sonic fans have been they have been battered left and right with the crappy titles.
Remember the Werehog?
Yeah, they keep coming with that. By the way, I shouldn't say anything about it. Let's just say this game has some great surprises and some great digs at that.
Okay,
On that
I
crap.
had a feeling. I was like, it's probably
so and they, you know, you don't have to. It's not that I want the Sonic 3D games to go away. You know, it's just that give it some care, some respect, some love. Like you were doing, where I think Sonic Colors was like decent. You know, was a decent Sonic game. It had 2D and elements of 2D and 3D, but Sonic 2006, for example, where he's kissing a freaking human, girl.
They try to give a weird story to it.
And the shadow of the werehog or whatever. First of all, what the hell is a werehog? Because werewolf, you know, it's there's not where it's wolf basically. I don't know. The whole idea was silly. And then, of course, they got the deformed Sonic. The last Sonic they came out with.
Oh, Sonic Boom?
Weird. Yes, exactly. That thing was
That
ridiculous.
was horrible. That's the worst selling Sonic, or worst critically and selling Sonic.
I'm hoping
ever.
that the fact that this one seems to be doing very well, sends a clear message to Sega. Hey, this is the type of Sonic games that we want, you know, and just have at it. Continue building upon this. This should have been Sonic 4
instead of
Sonic 4 should have been Sonic Mania or whatever.
Awesome.
But yeah, I think that's all I've been doing.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me.
All right, guys, we're going to go into some news, all the news that you may possibly care about. Hopefully you do.
And then some.
Yes. Honestly, we just care about it. So.
Yeah, man.
But no, gaming news, we've got. I want to bring one up real quick here. This is a game.
The news. We have all the news.
All the news.
Every news.
This is a game that I was extremely excited about.
Yes.
Then the game came out in early access.
Oh, yes.
And my excitement plummeted to zilch.
Mighty number 9.
Almost. And then this new trailer comes out.
Yes.
And then some new details about the game comes out.
Yes.
And now it's starting to come back up. It's starting to rise. The game I'm talking about, of course, guys.
There's a bill for that.
I walked into that one, I guess. So, yes, it's called We Happy Few.
We Happy Few. I knew it.
Yes. And let's be real. That initial trailer of the freaking whatever was amazing.
It was fantastic.
It was, but it definitely did not portray that after you actually saw the actual
the gameplay itself?
gameplay, yeah.
The gameplay itself was nowhere like that.
Nowhere
what that trailer was. I said the first part. I think
the intro is like that. Yeah.
I think the trailer itself was focused on the intro, which was very, very direct. You know, very handholdy. Very. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Once you're out in the world, I understand it's procedurally generated. And now it becomes something else that. I mean,
some of the thing I don't say. I saw gameplay and I was like, I have no clue what the point of this is. You know what I mean?
I mean, granted, it was like early or beta, or
it was extremely
alpha,
early,
whatever.
So That said, they have announced that the game is set to release now April 13th, 2018. So that's next spring. Okay. It is still available on early access for Steam and on Xbox One's game preview for $30. When it retails, it will cost $60. Anybody who actually has the early access will pay nothing additional. You got the game.
Okay, nice.
Which is a great thing. One thing that I noticed, and this is the reason why my interest came up. The makers of it came out and said in a quote, "Our team was humbled by the initial public reception of We Happy Few, and we're delighted to have the chance to make it bigger for them." That said, I'm like, it's probably still going to be. I mean, it's a game engine. I don't think they're going to fucking throw the whole game engine out and go,
No.
"Oh, we're not going to go procedurally generate."
And release on April now.
Yeah. So that said, I'm pretty sure it's going to still have some of those elements. I'm curious to see because they're saying there's a bigger story, a more focused story. That's where my interest started coming back. Procedurally generated, still, I'm not a big fan of that. It is what it is. But I'm still like the world that they were presenting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That said,
Very Bioshocky.
very Bioshock, yes. That said, are you still interested?
We Happy Few was, I mean, the moment I heard it was procedure generated and like a survival. Wait, procedure generated or a survival or both? I don't want to get them confused.
Both. It was both because it was based about because you have to take care of your hunger. You have to take care of
Okay,
all this
those are the elements that I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Those are
that
a little
doesn't
bit
sound
annoying.
fun. That doesn't sound like. I mean, I'm sure it's a fun game, and there are people that like those.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the game for me. So the moment they started mentioning that,
They could have done.
talk
I haven't
about-
played the any of the stuff, but they could have done away with a lot of those elements. Except for, like I said, you can't really turn off the whole engine and change
yeah,
it up.
I don't think they're gonna make that much of a drastic gameplay
would
change.
hope
It's
so.
like
Or maybe some
they're
elements.
already marketing it like that. So, and also,
Yeah, I was just
know.
going to ask, what is a Gearbox partnership
yeah,
mean to you?
exactly.
Yeah.
The fact that they partner with Gearbox, the gaming cancer. That's an exaggeration.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm not very happy with Gearbox performance.
Other than Colonial Marines,
Duke Nukem also.
and
Yeah,
Duke Nukem,
that's
okay.
not exactly. Those two by themselves.
Although they really
Sorry.
didn't they just kind of acquire and said, you know what, just finish it and just put it out.
Yeah, exactly. They have no regard to gamers. They were like, oh yeah, sure, let's put this shit, you know. And
At least they didn't hide it
people
like
have been
Colonial
waiting.
Marines.
Yeah, I guess
the Colonial Marines
that
was
game-
hidden. Yeah.
I'll tell you something. When I started watching previews of Duke Nukem, I could tell it looked really rough.
Yeah,
It looked, like
I
the
knew it.
animations were
Yeah.
very
I knew what we were
early
getting with it, yeah.
2000s. So yeah, I wasn't really fooled by that. But Colonial Marines, I guess it fooled everybody.
Yeah, because they purposely showed something completely different.
Completely
Yeah,
different,
yeah,
exactly.
that was different.
And for that, they have fallen out of grace. I mean, I used to be a huge fan of Borderlands.
Mm-hmm.
Borderlands 2 was fantastic game.
Is there redemption there though? I mean, for instance, I had the same
Borderlands 3 will have to be the best game ever. It will have to be Destiny 3.
thing. Wait a minute. That's
No, in the
that's
sense
apples and
of that's
oranges,
it.
yeah.
It's going for the same,
I got you.
get your own exclusive weapons and stuff like that. Borderlands had a good thing, which was the loot system of the weapons. They knew how to make it, how to generate it in a way that each weapon felt like very unique.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I got this. You're not gonna get this. You're gonna probably get
Something
a variation
similar,
of it.
yeah.
It's gonna be probably a different color, but so that was great. And the story was funny. I mean that Borderlands 2, Borderlands 1 was a little dry and a little simplistic, but still good for what they were going for in 2000 and oh shit, might have been 2007. No, I think later. I think 2010. I'm thinking, could be wrong. But Borderlands like sealed that world into like a cohesive story that was hilarious. It was funny. The whole game was funny.
The reason I say about the redemption is only we move off from this, but I was the same way with Bethesda.
Oh yeah.
And while it wasn't a blatant lie and saying, "Oh, here, this is what the game looks like," and then you release something, "Oh, here you go, this
Yeah.
is the game," and it's completely different. Skyrim, obviously, if anybody who had a PlayStation 3 version of Skyrim, and ran into that.
I was
moment.
broken.
Yeah. And then they tried, according to them, they went back to try. They could never fix it. It could just never be fixed. I
They
don't
gave
know if
up.
Yeah. They
They were
could
like-
literally just pull this out. Well,
Yep.
it is what it is.
It is what it is, exactly.
And at that point, I was done with Bethesda.
I feel like I should be doing the same thing to WB.
I kind of feel the same way,
Yeah.
but I need more time. I need, or not more
I
time.
need to be screwed more.
I need to be more pissed off.
I need to be more angry.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
Shadow of War.
Yeah.
How about that? How about that?
I don't feel like I'm at the point where I'm ready to yell, "You bastards!" You know what I mean? Until that time, I want to see what the next Rocksteady game is. I guess that's what it
There
is.
you
I
go.
want to see what the
Okay.
next one. If it's some crazy, microtransaction full of whatever, then yes, I'm on board. We're
Shadow
boycotting.
of War.
Oh man! Speaking of war,
Are we declaring war to someone?
no, there's a game coming out that takes place between two movie properties.
Oh.
Movie property is Planet of the Apes. So if you've seen the most recent Planet of the Apes,
Which
you
I did.
have,
Yes.
you've seen all
Very
three
good.
of them now.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
I'm caught up.
Yeah, you're ahead
I
of
got
me.
up
How
with the
about that?
monkeys.
This particular game takes place between Dawn and War.
Which was to say 2 and 3.
2 and 3, yes. The game is called Planet of the Apes Last Frontier. And Andy Serkis himself unveiled this new game. It's an adventure game, very similar to the Telltales type of game, although graphically,
It is miles
ahead,
and light
yeah.
years ahead. I had to admit, when I saw that they were working on it, I was like, oh, this is a movie title. This is probably gonna suck. And it wasn't until I saw the trailer a few minutes before we went live that I saw the facial animation, the graphics of the characters. It reminded me a lot of mixed Telltale with Heavy Rain almost.
Heavy Rain, yes, that's
It
right.
looked fantastic.
It does.
It looks so good that now it's in my radar. Now I want to
that's
know.
what I was saying. And believe it or not, it comes out this fall.
And that's also
That was also a
worrisome
concern. Yeah, I was
also,
like, did they just
Too
start
fast.
this? Yeah.
Probably not.
no,
probably was. You know what? I wonder if it was meant to be released with the movie or alongside the
around the
movie, and
movie,
it
yeah.
just got delayed a little
Yeah,
bit.
it could
And they
be.
were on the hush hush.
Yeah. So the game is a collaboration between Andy Serkis's Imaginarium Studios, which is where all the motion capture stuff that he does amazingly.
Yeah.
That's where all that stuff is done. And indie developer Creative England. And the players will experience a conflict between ape and man, both from both perspectives, in a narrative-based adventure game with multiple endings. Again, very similar to the Telltale games.
Yeah.
Be available this fall, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. So it's going to be much everywhere.
Yeah. so-
Switch version to be determined.
To be determined. Moving on from Planet of the Apes, Valve from Steam
Steam.
have a new policy on large amount of Steam keys, and I'll explain what that means. Basically, they have pretty much a gaming monopoly. Steam has a PC gaming monopoly on the PC market. Let's say almost, because yes, there's Origins, there's some others. A lot of publishers, if they want to release their games, they pretty much hand their game to Steam, and then Steam generates keys that they can then sell. They can put it in a package, or they could give it to companies like Green Man Gaming or other retailers, or even competitors, Origins. Well, I don't think Origins, but you know what I mean. It's like online retailers. So the idea is that Humble Bundle takes advantage of that a lot. Now Steam you used to be able, as a developer, to get a bunch of Steam keys basically and just resell those. Or hand them out, do whatever you want. Usually resell them, right?
No, when you say get a bunch of Steam keys,
Uh-huh.
is the developer paying for Steam keys, or is just, hey, I need this amount, and here you go?
No, I think the point the point is, the thing is, they put the game on Steam. Now, in order to get the game, for people to get the game, they need Steam keys. So as a developer, they can request Steam keys,
At
so
no
they
cost.
can put it. Not cost. Yeah, well, they're the developers. They're not going to pay for their own game. But they can actually. But the good point is, if you get a bunch of keys, let's say you get 1 million keys, you can sell them now on other markets, not just limited to just Steam. You know, you can sell it to other markets. Yes, yeah. Once you buy the game, you'll have to download it from Steam. But you can, you know, Steam will sell you the game for, let's say, $59.99, and the developer can hand it to, let's say, Green Man Gaming, for example, and get it for for $29.99. You know, which has happened a lot, or gives some Steam discount. And then I buy the game, for example, and I go to Steam and I redeem it, and Steam is the one handling the download of the game
and the service,
obviously, and the service. And so they are losing money because they're paying for that bandwidth themselves. You know, and they're not getting anything out of it.
Well, they're getting less than they would normally, no? No, they're actually not getting nothing because it's going directly to the other one.
Exactly, because it's going to the other one. So Steam, very understandably, understandably
to a point,
for in a business thing, because I still think it's a dick move, but understandably, business-wise, has said, okay, no, we are going to limit or restrict the amount of keys that we're going to be handling, that we're going to give for reselling purposes, And they haven't said that this is not going to be for. They've come later on after everybody started yelling out.
Bullshit, yeah.
Yeah. They said that this is going to only apply to some titles, to some games.
Why some titles and why not others?
I don't know exactly that part.
Fine print we need to look into.
Well, I'm thinking they don't want to piss off the high publishers. Maybe I'm thinking, if I had to guess, because suddenly you get games not coming out on Steam anymore, and suddenly, hey, Steam is no longer the monopoly. so that's the idea. Basically, not if you want the copy of this game, you have to go to Steam directly. That's kind of a dickish move. Again, like I said, it's understandable that they're doing it that way, but this is what we have gotten ourselves into as PC gamers, us PC gamers. We have chosen our idol. We have made our God, and now we gotta pay our dues to the almighty Gabe Newell.
Gabe Newell.
And that's a problem. I used to be a huge fan of Steam. Back in the day, I thought it was exactly what the PC game needed. A simplified front. I wanted all my games to be on Steam. I don't feel like that anymore because I feel like now they have an abusive monopoly. They have an abusive monopoly, and this basically hinders developers from doing their own sales, for example, or humble bundles, or us as consumers getting games at a discounted rate, say like a 20% off, for example, on a pre-order, which you tend to see a lot from these retailers, especially from digital retailers, and you almost never see on Steam. Oh, yes, of course, I get it. Steam has their Steam sales, but they rarely, if ever, apply to new titles. It's always for the titles that have been released for ages ago already, or at least a year ago, or they're not doing very well. Mass Effect says hi, even though Mass Effect is not on Steam, so Mass Effect says bye now. So the point I'm trying to make is that the Steam marketplace, I wish we could go back in time and abolish that because now it feels like it's an elephant. We cannot stop.
No, the only thing we can do is find other means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know that's hard because obviously you want to go to where the one place everybody's at.
Everybody's at. Yeah, if you want to sell your game, that's what you need to put in. And
so there's not going to be something else, but at least, maybe use different stuff for it. So I hear you.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks, yeah.
It does. And it's a shame because, again, Steam used to be a great platform. They have been steadily going down in quality. And I don't mean the quality of the services, of the front end of the storefront itself. I mean like the quality of their choosing of and their what do you call that? Their vetting
curation.
of games. Their curation, exactly. That's the word I'm looking for. the creation has gone to shit. You know,
has, yes.
and
Significantly.
That's a shame. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but speaking of things, though, people that are doing very well, or companies that are doing very well, Nintendo. Nintendo is back.
And then officially.
Officially, yeah.
Welcome back, Nintendo.
Nintendo's cool again. You know, the MPD group today put a report for July 2017 showing that the Nintendo Switch was the best-selling console for the month in the U.S. They say the success was fueled in part to new units coming out to retail channels. So, finally, right? It's like you were saying. This is good, but it's a shame that if they actually had more units, that
They
is
would be
how
killing it,
much
yeah.
more they will be doing.
They would be killing it. This is what these numbers, while are great, are not indicative of what it actually
What it
would
could
be
do,
if they
yeah.
had units to
There's some hunger
meet
for
the
this
supply, yeah.
for this title
To meet the
for this
demand.
console, which is I mean when you consider there's only a handful of great games for it, but I think it's like, oh, okay, this is the first year and all these games are out. Like that's enough.
It's not just that though, and I think this is a big thing about it that you and I probably don't see it because we're not. I personally am not a handheld type person, but the fact that you can take it anywhere, that is a huge thing for a lot of people, and they're like, it is not going to be a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, but this is a console level handheld that you can take, and then you're getting. You're eventually going to get your Super Mario. You're going to get you have your Zelda. You have Splatoon. You have Mario Kart, which looks great. You know, these are games that, yes, they're not high res, whatever, but they still look amazing. I think Mario Kart 8 is a beautiful looking freaking game.
Yeah, it is.
You can take this shit with you. It already has 2 controllers, and you can you know what I'm saying? The portability of it, I think, is what is probably driving a lot of this.
Well,
Because it's not the. I mean, they only have a couple games. You
It
know what
only
I mean?
has. Yeah. Well, would you be surprised if I tell you that Nintendo conducted a study and they found out that about, I think it was 82 or 84% of people play the Switch at home.
Oh,
So
well, then I take it all back. Then
they're using the console
shows what I know.
like a console. No, but I mean,
I know
I get what
what
you're
you
saying. It is, it is that you have that just to think that you have that option,
Ability.
that ability. That could be like, oh yeah, definitely. I'll take that. I think there was a podcast, a while back where I says, man, I would love the Switch before I knew it was, what the power was the Switch going to be or whatever. I wish the NX, remember what it was called that?
NX, yeah.
Had the enough power that I would love for this to be my only console, because I'm thinking of the portability of it. And also, if it was a very powerful system, obviously the Switch is not as powerful as a system as we would have hoped for it to be, but it's powerful enough for what it needs to do. So I'm fine with that. But now you're hearing out constantly of even indie titles, hey, but the Switch version has
where is the
hiccups,
Switch? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But you have a lot of
some
people asking for where's this is a small title. Why isn't it on the Switch? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. So you have to remember also Splatoon 2 came out on July, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that game also fueled a lot of the sales. Year-to-date basis, however, you got to give it to Sony. They still remain the best-selling console. But
Yeah, but I mean,
to have that,
that really is apples and oranges. I hate to say this, but yeah, it's a console, and I get it, whatever. But I think we all know Nintendo's not trying to compete with either or two. They're just trying to deliver the goods that they always want to deliver and do it in their own way. And I think that they're doing it.
Yeah. And
They're
this is good. This spells good news for the future of the system, because then now third parties that used to like shun like, oh yeah, whatever, Nintendo's little kid toy system. Now they're seeing
It uses cartridges. What the hell is that?
that could be a potential here for some really cool titles for it coming from EA.
Ground up though.
From,
None of this port bullshit. Ground up.
Exactly.
You know
It should be for it. Yeah. None of this. But of course, all of this is gonna end for Nintendo when the Xbox One Xbox One X, comes out. Am I right? Nah.
It really should just been called the Xbox One Pro. Let's be real here.
No, because Sony would have been like, very upset.
Of what? They they
because-
own Pro?
Probably.
They don't own Pro.
Probably. Probably. I can't say probably now. I'm going to get sued. Xbox One pre-orders plans to be announced at Gamescom, which, by the way, did you know Gamescom is this weekend?
This weekend.
It's this
Starts
weekend.
on a Sunday. What the hell is that about?
I don't know if Sony has anything. Or
No,
Nintendo has
there's no
anything.
conference.
No conference?
What? Sony has no conference.
Okay, Nintendo, Xbox have one. They're gonna be showing some of the titles that are supposed to be coming for this system, and supposedly you'll be able to pre-order. They have details on pre-ordering.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you interested in pre-ordering an Xbox One X? Ronaldo?
Not particularly. And speaking of Microsoft,
How about maybe in mid cycle of it? Oh,
sir, there has to be something that. Let me tell you, there was a game that they had that's available there. I was like, let me go take a look if it's on Steam. There it is.
oh yeah.
Tacoma. I'm like,
Tacoma, yeah.
I don't need an Xbox. I can just play it on Steam.
What if I tell you?
I don't need
Halo
12 teraflops.
Gears of War. I know what you mean. I'm with you. Nintendo. Fuck. Sorry. Xbox needs to show some. Fuck that. Some real exclusive. Not this exclusive bullshit of exclusive for a little bit.
Oh,
Exclusive until Sony releases their version.
funny
They
you
need
should
to
say
actually. They need to actually bring some time. I can't wait for freaking Crackdown.
that, sir. Funny you should mention that, sir.
Why?
So, Microsoft is unfortunately delaying the release of Crackdown 3. Scheduled originally to come out November 17th of this year, 2017, is now been pushed to spring of 2018.
Oh, not even a date? No. Just, hey, spring.
Spring of 2018.
It might spring into fall.
It may. Spring is a long time. It's real. It starts in March and ends in June. So, Crackdown 3 originally announced at E3 2014. All right. And at one point targeted a release date for the second half of 2016, which we've already passed, by the way.
Yeah.
It's clearly a complex project, is what they're saying. So
You think?
yes, according to the devs, they want to make sure to deliver the right game with the right quality at the right time. So, question. My question. Is it time to shit or get off the pot? I literally wrote that down here. Is it time to get to shit or get off the pot? My question is, I guess let's say, for instance, they're saying this is not the right time because November is crowded, and while Crackdown is cool and all, it's not as cool as the rest of the stuff coming around that time.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Linda.
I'm listening.
Linda, listen.
What was the kid's name? I'm listening, young man.
First of all, I take offense to Crackdown to not being as cool as everything else.
That wasn't. That was a
Crackdown
question.
2
That was a
is-
question.
is-
That's all it was.
Crackdown 1.
I didn't play 1 or 2.
1 was fantastic. 2 was not fantastic. But 3 was looking to be fantastic.
1 out of 2, 50% success rate here.
50% success rate here. Yes, exactly. No. But it goes without saying. None of us won incomplete games or broken games.
Clear.
Of course. That said, this was. I think this is a major setback for Microsoft, which right now is struggling to show, especially for a new system that's coming around the corner.
Right around the same time this was going to come out.
This was going to come out, right? This would have been a launch title. Now it's a launch window, if they're going to call it that. You watch.
Of course. Because launch
yeah.
windows are 6 to 8 months now.
Months, exactly. This is a shame. I mean, this spells. This looks bad. This looks bad. I'm not gonna say it spells doom or anything.
It doesn't spell doom. I mean, because realistically, when you look at the numbers, you look at them compared to Xbox 360, it's selling good. It's selling good. It's not selling poorly. It's
just
selling.
They don't like to be where they are right now, and I think that's the whole point of. And a lot of people keep asking in the group, like, what's the point of this console? Like, why release a half system?
Just like the Pro, yeah.
And
What was the point of that one?
well, I think the Pro was pushing for 4K.
Yeah, but it's
think-
not real 4K.
But they still could call it that.
4-ish
They
K.
still could call it that and sell TVs because Sony is.
I get it.
Yeah,
But I mean,
they're gonna
realistically,
sell.
yeah.
So I think the major push of that is, hey, we need to push this technology because we sell TVs now. We need to sell some TVs also, and that makes sense. Microsoft we just hate to be second place. And that's why they were throwing the whole, the kitchen sink into the system with, it's beautiful and powerful. And you make fun of, I don't need all the teraflops. Yeah, but those teraflops are going to look very spiffy.
No, don't get me wrong,
on a
yeah.
4K
But they
4K
also
screen
handcuffed
at
it.
60 frames per second.
They handcuffed it, though. That's the thing.
But-
I mean, they just say, okay, yeah, you're going to have all this, but you can't go past this point.
What do you mean?
You can't have two versions. They don't want two versions.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
So, So
Yeah.
there's going to be,
That's the same thing with
I still think it'll be treated like the Pro. Like the Pro you
Yeah,
have.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't. But that's the thing. You're not going to have a exclusive Xbox One X.
Oh, no,
type.
no,
That's what
no.
I'm saying.
I wouldn't want that,
Yeah.
though.
I know.
Think,
I know what I'm saying,
wouldn't want
but that's what I'm saying. It's all that power has literally been handcuffed.
This is
Has been just said, okay, you got 6 teraflop, but don't go past this point because we don't want to alienate the old Xbox One
you can
owners.
still do
you know what I mean?
you can still do. I mean, I'm hoping that they actually spend that to smooth the gameplay, make things smoother, bring things 60 frames per second as possible. I'm not saying it's always going to be the
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
For example, Destiny 2 is not going to run 60 frames per second. It might run at whatever resolution, 4K, but it's not going to be 60 frames resolution. And whatever. People that have 4K TVs want to use their 4K TVs.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that should be probably the console to get at this time. But it's still, there's not, the games are not there.
No.
The games are not there.
And this was
it's going to
a
have a hard
major
time pushing.
fall tentpole title
Yes, exactly.
for them, and now they're left with Cuphead
Forza.
and Forza.
And yeah, that's it.
And I feel like there was another one.
Everything else is probably going to be like,
Smaller
there's probably something else I'm forgetting.
Yeah. But those are the and Cuphead really is not a major. It's just
No.
I think it's major because where the hell's Cuphead? You know what I mean? That's the only reason why we're talking about it. But that said, I'm gonna get Cuphead, but I'm gonna get it for this nice little PC there.
I hope it gets canceled on PC. Makes me want to go back to reeling back into the open arms.
So
of
that said, I
Xbox.
hope that I hope everything is okay over there, Microsoft. Like I said, I don't need an arrogant Sony back. I don't need that.
No,
We don't need that again.
Screw that. None of us
yeah.
want. For those of you thinking, oh yeah, Xbox, screw Xbox, yeah, but
You don't want
trust
Sony
me,
to be.
you don't want arrogant Sony back because arrogant Sony is gonna restrict you of playing a lot of things or the way you want to play. Who needs Rumble?
Yeah, oh,
Yeah, Rumble is so last
it's so
gen.
last gen. Yes.
Yes.
Oh man.
You want a PlayStation 3? Go get another job. Get 2 jobs.
Get 2 jobs.
Yes.
Speaking of last gen, Shenmue 3.
Move 3. You are practicing in
I
the
know
mirror
I
this
was trying,
morning.
but Deep Silver has announced that it will be publishing the upcoming game Shenmue 3. Ooh, I said it there. Good. The game's Kickstarter was announced on stage, Sony E3 press conference 2015, and eventually raised $6 million. Set to come sometime next year. Probably won't. But
So come on.
I have a question on this one. I bring this up because, one, I played the first Shenmue. I enjoyed it. That's a long time ago, though. Like a really long time ago. Are fans of Shenmue looking at this game through some serious nostalgic lenses? Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
I feel like if you want to play a good Shenmue game nowadays, you should play some Yakuza. Honestly.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah,
I think you're probably,
yeah,
and you probably get something a little bit better out of it.
Yeah. Sounds like a joke, but no.
No, I agree. So yeah, be excited for Shenmue 3. Those are all the news pieces I have.
Coming from Deep Silver.
Approaching a little sister is a criminal offense. Do not approach the little sisters.
Hello everyone, over the Mouthful podcast. This is the one, the only Chaos Reaper, and I'm here to tell it like I see it. The hot topic of the week is Movie Pass. This marvelous application that lets you go see a movie once a day for $9.95 a month. Now, I don't understand how this can just cost $9.95 a month. They went from $50 a month to $9.95 last Tuesday. I don't rightfully know how they expect to make any money out of this. If anybody goes, regardless of the price, unless regardless of the price, if you go 5 times a month to go watch a movie, then let's say your ticket is $5, that's $25. You're already losing $50 for that month. And that's not counting any other places where the ticket is $8, $10, $12. So I don't rightfully know how this can actually work. I do understand that you cannot watch the same movie twice from what I've researched. So, maybe that saves all people from going every day, because there's not, unless you find really random movie theaters that accept the application and you can actually watch a movie every day. You won't, it's not going to be possible. And this is the reason why, a lot of people and companies like AMC are trying, are doubtful of it, and AMC's trying to block them out. But at the moment, MoviePass uses a MasterCard that they send you, and they reload that card whenever you go to a movie theater. So that will have to block MasterCard from this, because it's just a regular credit card basically. So I highly doubt that AMC will be able to block MoviePass as it is right now. Even though they're against it, they can't block it. What is it? MoviePass pays for the full ticket, so they're not breaking any rules, So honestly, for me, I'm not gonna get it because I don't have the time for it. I'll be that person that I'll be paying for everybody else's ticket. So yeah, that's not for me. Maybe one day when I have more time, I'll do it. But as it is right now, the only thing we can do is just keep an eye out for it. I believe that they're gonna have to raise their price at some point. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe that they have some information behind closed doors that we don't know about. They're the ones with the statistics and they figure it out. Nobody goes into a business to fail. So they gotta know something that we don't know. But regardless, their subscriptions went from 20,000 to they want to go to 100,000 by the end of this year or something like that. I read. So with the price cut and the way that it's working now, I believe they'll do it. But for now, I'm just gonna keep an eye out for it and see what the future holds for this MoviePass app. Maybe at some point we'll all be having MoviePass and just go to the movie theater once a day. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you for having me over at the podcast. This is Chaos Reaper signing out. GG.
We're back, and we're going to go right into our hot topic of the week.
Hot topic of the week. Even though we should actually wrap it up. I think Humberto just gave us.
He did. He pretty much laid it out.
He very much laid it out exactly. We don't have anything else to talk about.
So yeah, MoviePass sucks, and goodbye.
And then thank you for
No. So yes, the topic of the week this week. I'm sure a lot of you know. There's this service called MoviePass. It's not a new service. It's actually been around for a few years now. But very recently, they have made quite the strategic move here. And then I guess the strategy is what's causing everybody to go, why are we doing this? Why are they doing this?
Yes.
So the strategic. Well, so here's the deal. Essentially, it is a service, an app service that you can subscribe to. It's $10 per month, which is essentially what Netflix costs. What you get is you'll have basically a movie ticket every 24 hours that you can use for any movie. Now, the service used to be about around $50 per month. It also did not have. It wasn't every 24 hours. It was I think 2, maybe 3 times a month or something like that. And on top of that, it was not new titles. Like, it wasn't the newest title. You can do something that's been out for a week or been out for 2 weeks. Those restrictions are gone. They're like, yep, $10 a month. Yep, the movie just came out today. Go ahead, you can buy the ticket. It's yours, you know, and you can do this 30. You can do the 30 days of the month. You know what I mean? Because there's people with that much time apparently. You know, but
or there are that many movies,
and there are that many movies. Believe it or not, you know,
30 movies on a month.
Yeah, well, think about it. In one day, in one Friday, you'll have what, at least 10 movies coming out if you include indies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's ridiculous. So anyway, so that's what the service is. And I guess the question is, oh, by the way, they're right now about 20,000 users. They're moving up significantly fast now thanks to this. And these can be used at 4,000 or over 4,000 locations nationwide, which, believe it or not, is 91% of theaters nationwide. So that's pretty much anywhere you go, you're going to be able to use this thing.
Almost, yeah.
So the question is, what's the deal? You know, I mean, we know the deal, but what's the real deal? You know, what's going on behind the behind the words, the small print? What's going on here?
Well, you heard. I mean, everybody's heard the saying, "Hey, if it sounds like too good to be true,"
yeah, it usually is.
Some facts about the service. You very well said it. This is not a new service. What's new about it is the ridiculous discount they gave it. They gave it because it used to be $50. Now it's $14. This is actually I believe it was not the Netflix CEO, but the Redbox.
No, it's Netflix.
Is it Netflix?
It's Netflix. Yeah, Munch. We're gonna call him Munch.
It's basically a venture.
Yeah.
Just some facts so people can understand how does this work. Well, they probably won't explain how exactly it works, but it'll give you an idea of some of the things that it does. For example, hey, does that $9.99 covers, does it literally mean that you could go every day? Because that sounds ridiculous. That sounds like it's impossible.
It's impossible, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they say yes. It's actually that impossible, that ridiculous.
Yes.
That's what it means.
Crazy Eddie Sells here.
You can actually go. You can actually go to see any movie, provided that it's a standard 2D showing. So it's not gonna let you do 3D or IMAX
or anything like that.
Yeah, or big screens like that or anything like that. You very very well said it, and Gilberto mentioned it on his portion that you can buy more than one ticket at a time, and you can do doubles on movies.
Movies, yeah.
I don't know exactly how that will work because
that basically
just like
limits,
he was mentioning,
that limits what you cannot buy. Let's say you have in 3 days you try to stack up some tickets so you can go as a group. It won't let you do that.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you try to purchase the same movies like you already purchased.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's the reason why. So this limits.
But it's a master. I thought it was a debit card that they give you.
I guess
evidently, there's got to be some way of tracking it.
Yeah, exactly. But the whole deal behind it, the point is to that is say this is a good service. It's only $9.99, but guess what? It's $9.99 per person.
Yeah.
So you cannot buy tickets for someone else.
No.
It doesn't transfer anybody else. It's not going to allow you to buy.
But at that point, you cheap bastard, it's freaking $9.99. Get your lady or your man freaking another account. And get it. Because $20 a month to watch the movies together
which
any day you want.
Way more than that when you add all the other shit up. Yeah.
The other thing that surprises me is that, and this is what I'm saying, going a little bit more detail, there are no blackout dates.
No.
So you can even see the movie, the day that comes out. You know, provided that you buy the ticket at the area, or provided that you are within 100 yards of the movie.
Okay.
Of the movie. So I guess the app has some geolocation.
Yeah, geolocation things, yeah.
You know, where it tracks where you are. So there's no limit on the movies that you can watch in a month. Like I think we talked about that. But it won't allow you to see the same movie twice. Though I guess you could always buy a different movie and then just kind of risk it and go to and enter the same. I mean that
we're not condoning.
We're not condoning that. Do that at your own risk.
Yeah.
You know, we're not responsible.
But if you're taking someone out, stop being cheap. Your shit was already paid for. Pay for that damn ticket.
Does it work at movie theaters with reserved seating? It does.
It does.
It does. I actually went ahead and went a little farther. There was a guy on Reddit who made an app to find movie theater locations that will accept this. And when they say 91%, when I checked my zip code, there were a lot of missing theaters that I was like, oh, this is an obvious oversight here. How come they're not? But I don't know. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. All I know is that Epix was included.
Okay.
So I'm like,
major change is what I assume.
Right there, yeah right there.
You're sold.
I'm sold. Yes.
I would be too. Shit, Epix is nice. So,
you know, how far ahead do you have to reserve the ticket? For example, they say there's no specific time frame where you're supposed to use MoviePass. You simply use it the same way you use a debit card, and they even say that it works all over the country, which is crazy. You can't share with a friend, and then a lot of people are nervous about, hey, I'll buy this now, and what if movie theater stars like saying
rejecting,
no, you know. But Gilberto said it very well on his on his segment. They
how do
can't
they
really
stop
you.
Yeah.
How do you all you're using is a debit card. Basically, you go to the theater, you select the that you want to see, so and so movie. As long as you're within range of the 100 yards from the movie theater, it will kind of automatically reload your card. You go to the stand and you buy it.
Yeah.
You pay for it. Now that said,
AMC is still adamant of stopping them. And their reason behind it, I guess, is where it draws up the questions. Basically, they voice their opposition saying this is shaky and unsustainable. When discussing, they're going to be trying to withdraw.
Why do they care? That's the thing. They're still getting paid full price for
That's the craziest thing. So you can, if you use all 30 of every ticket every day, that company MoviePass will pay the theater chain and everybody for that ticket. So they're paying full price for the ticket. You're the one who's not paying for it. That said, that puts the company in a severe hole. So I guess I see what AMC is saying, that this is not sustainable. But if you're not losing anything out of pocket, how does this even do anything? Well, there's some statistics. Believe it or not, while this year has been, to me, decent when it comes to movies, 2017 has been a rough year for the film industry, as well as movie theaters, of course. Summer box office revenue has plummeted this month. The numbers for the season are down around 12.4% from what they were last year. And some analysts are predicting the further drop around 15%. If this happens, 2017 would see the worst decline in modern history for ticket purchases. So this is MoviePass saying, hey, how do we get them back to the theaters? Well, this is what we do. We'll drop a price, we get them in, and hey, once they get in, it's your job to sell them the freaking popcorn and sodas, because that's how you make your freaking money, right?
Yeah.
So to me, it looks like a win-win for everybody except MoviePass. It's like,
exactly.
how are you guys
It's like,
going to
hey
sustain?
guys,
Yeah.
this is awesome. And surprisingly, there's a lot of services out there that are still to this day operating at a loss, even though we use them constantly. Sometimes like
They're
great
able
losses.
to. Yeah, they're able
You
to.
got Instagram, for example. You use YouTube. I understand operates at a loss. This is not unheard of. The thing that blows it out of proportion is
The severity of
this
that
is
loss.
a
Yeah.
severe loss. Exactly.
This
that
is
you're
30,
taking.
30 times over. Let's say it's $9.99 a month, all right? And so the average ticket, believe it or not, if you look at the average, it's about $9.60 or something like that. Now that's taking into consideration the low end, which is rural areas, and the high end, which is city areas, which will be $12, $13 a ticket. But it averages out about to that. So $9.99 a month is basically one ticket. Okay,
Yeah.
you get 30 tickets. That is 30 times the amount that you're actually paying. So you figure what that's. I can't even do the math here, but you know what I mean. It basically, it's a severe hole that they're putting in. And if everybody does this, not that everybody's going to go to a movie every day for 30 days, you know what I'm saying? But the point is they're going to go as much as possible to take advantage of it. They have said, MoviePass has gone on record, said this is expected to be for approximately the next year, and it's in a way almost like a stimulus package, if you will, to kind of stimulate people to go back to the theater and enjoy the movie theater experience, and hopefully get people back. What that probably means is this price is not going to last forever. And when it goes back, it's probably going to go right back to where it was, or at least close to it. It's not going to be that gradual.
And people would already be so used to it that they'll be like, well,
why not? Yeah, you know what I mean. You look at how much you're saving. So that's the thing behind it, which I can agree. Why AMC is against it? Here's my theory of it. AMC is doing some form of premium video on demand deal. Okay, and they're doing this with a bunch of different companies who would basically allow you to rent movies that are in the theaters 2 to 3 weeks after the movie's out. Okay, this cost is set to be anywhere between $25 to $50. Okay, the reason
$50
depending on the movie. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you have here Thursday nights, I have a bunch of people over. $10 per ticket for 14 people. That's $140. That if we all go to the theater,
and I'll stop charging people. Hey, you want to see this movie?
Hey, we're going to see the McGregor and the McGregor fight, and it's $100, and we're all going to split it. So it's possible it can work, but the deal is AMC's looking at saying, well, who would use this if MoviePass exists? You know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
I think personally that has more to do, not that AMC is not. No, I don't. The AMC is trying to make money. Let's be real. Yeah. So not that they're not looking out for the. I think that their concern with MoviePass is sustaining this is false.
Oh yeah,
I don't think they really
fake.
care.
It's more like,
I think it has more to do with their plans that they have going forward. Here's something else which I dug up. It's a little bit of dirt on MoviePass. Have you heard of the data firm called Helios and Matheson Analytics?
I have heard of the firm, yes. I don't know details of it, but that name does sound familiar.
Okay. Do you know that they have a 51% stake in MoviePass, meaning they own MoviePass?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. They basically paid $27 million recently to take 51% of that stake. So they are technically the owners of MoviePass. Do you know what Helios and Matheson Analytics do?
They analyze usage of movie theaters or visiting?
They analyze data. They collect and share and analyze data. That's all they do.
Data?
Usually personal data. So when you think about it, when you become a MoviePass subscriber, the information you provide with them will be shared and obviously become part of the analytics that they're looking for. So it is believed, this is a theory, I'm not trying to say this is literally a theory.
Yeah.
There's a theory to say that this is how they are going to be able to sustain this for at least that year that they're referring to, because of the information they will be able to share with whoever.
Which is not much, because I didn't sign up completely to it because I need to provide the credit card, and at that point, I wanted to see how details went. But I did wanted to check, okay, what type of information they asked for, and it's just your typical, hey, give us your name and email, and okay, now you have an account, and that's it. They were not asking for statistics like, okay, what's my ages, my zip. I guess they get the zip code from the usage.
I was going to say
like that.
you're also going to share information what theaters do
What theaters you go to, visit to.
frequently.
Yeah, that will
your,
be
your location most of the time. How
Yeah.
often do you go? What times of days do you go?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
all this information, while it doesn't seem significant, still being monitored.
So my wife has a theory also, which I should have known a little bit about this. This is another way that they could actually mitigate, maybe the loss. Maybe, yes, there is a loss, but it's not that great.
Significant.
It's not that significant. And it could it could also be complemented with what you were saying with the data gathering, the data mining. It's a principle of volume. Selling in volume, basically at a lower price, get more people invested, get more people to go. Because just like we just said, yes, you could go every day, but let's be real.
Are you gonna
in the
go?
real world, nobody's gonna go every day to the movie theater. You'll be hard pressed to go
once a week.
once a week.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with annual passes. Yes, you can buy an annual pass, which you will say, hey, that's ridiculous. You can go to Disney for $120 anytime you want in a year. All 365 days of the year. That's insane. How is it that they're not losing money? Well, because I just went to Disney like twice on a year. Because, it's you don't need to have that experience so much that you grab. So
it's like it is truly like any subscription service.
Yeah.
When you really think about it. Hell, you even think about going to the freaking gym. You have a gym membership and you go once a month.
And
you justify it by going once a month.
Exactly. Because you're paying
you don't
for
even
it.
want to go, but it's like, I got to go because I'm paying for this.
Because I'm
You know
paying
what I mean?
for it.
So the same thing. It's like, we got to go to the movies because, we have the service. We got to go see something, right?
Yeah, and at that point, it could be that you're a heavy user. Like I'm thinking, like I'm gonna try it. I'm definitely as soon as
and your wife go almost once a week.
almost once
Yeah,
a week.
yeah,
I'm going with my wife because my wife's a big movie buff. She
Yeah,
loves going to the
yeah.
movies. She loves watching
Even
movies.
if one of you do it and the other one just pays for the ticket, you still end up getting.
I'm still I'm still in the super green. So she brought that to my attention. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. The more there could be millions of people that suddenly log in if this becomes like super famous, and then of that million, let's say 100,000 are the actual active, the big whales,
The big whale.
and the other 200,000 are the ones that go maybe once a week or something like that. Then you're still making a shitload of money, because they're giving you $10 a month. Yeah, you could afford to give $20 to the movie theater for if it doesn't have to be IMAX or it doesn't have to be anything special. Sure, I'll give you the MasterCard. So I think that's how it's in some volume, or at least that's what that's what they're going for.
It appears, yeah. It looks like, yeah.
But you nailed it right there where you said I didn't know about the data mining. There could be a combination of that.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. And let's be real. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not trying to say this is an evil thing. And be aware, you should be aware now that any app that you use or anything like that, it's collecting information. All right, it's not.
Yeah, that's true.
It's happening all the time. That said, it may not be sharing information. You don't know what the line is there, but clearly this particular company that owns now MoviePass is known for doing. And they're not doing it for nefarious reasons or anything like that. They're doing it to kind of, bring products to you that you may be
It's
interested
like your
in because
insurance
of your
company might be sharing your data,
Correct,
or your cable provider.
Yeah,
It's
so it's not a nefarious reason, but do know
or
that
like
it's
Facebook, especially.
especially
Hey, you like the Facebook? Oh hell,
Facebook
You know
knows
how
me.
you use it for free? Oh, because you're giving everything away.
all
just
your
in
likes,
case.
all your dislikes. It knows everything.
It knows everything.
Yes.
Exactly.
So it's the same deal. So I'm not trying to point it as a bad thing.
No.
Just know that this may be what's funding it. You know what I mean? This sharing of information.
If anything, we're getting something good out of it.
Correct.
Something
Yeah,
great
exactly.
out of it.
Yeah. And also know that AMC, while they're trying their hardest to block it, may have ulterior motives, which is, like I said, their own version of a video on demand thing that they want to do, which obviously this would cut severely into, because they knew that they signed some sort of deal with them in 2014, and they're kind of stuck to that deal at this moment. And right now they got lawyers and everything to look into it. I don't know how they're going to do it. They may not be able to do it.
Yeah.
But they're adamant that they're going to fucking try. You know what I mean?
Well, this keep in mind, this could bring suddenly volume back to
the theater.
To the theater,
which is what they
need.
want.
Which is
Exactly.
what they want, what they need. And hopefully maybe bring the prices down a little bit.
Perhaps.
Who knows?
I mean,
that's what they're banking on.
The line for a theater that what they make from a movie ticket is minuscule. It's cents on the movie ticket that they make, which is why the popcorn is $12 for free. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's why you're paying so much, because that's where they make their money in.
Yeah.
You would probably be a little bit more willing to pay for popcorn too, if you realize, oh, well, I've already paid for the movie ticket; it's been paid for. You know what I mean? So you may say, well, I'll get a popcorn, or I'll get a soda,
That's
or some
true,
candy.
exactly.
You know?
Hey, I came in for free, even though you didn't really.
You didn't technically,
but yeah. Well, I mean, sort of. You can almost say that.
In a way.
So yeah, I'll definitely buy the popcorn.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
not? So
Yeah. AMC.
I'll get some
buy your
nachos.
popcorn. I'll get you nachos. Shit,
Yeah.
I get the hot dogs.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Exactly. The movie companies are still making them. They're still paying for the money
Yeah,
that's being paid for the
exactly.
ticket is still going for them. So
You know what? I changed my mind. This is a win-win for all of us. We should be. we should all. This suddenly became sponsored by.
Well, no.
It's totally not. It's
No.
totally not.
No, not at all.
But I'm gonna. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna try it.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
And I honestly, I don't. Let me see. The last movie
Even
I
if
saw,
it lasts for 3 months and then it goes
it
bankrupt.
goes backwards. Yeah,
That's
the other
a
thing.
shitload of movies.
That's another thing.
to
There are a
watch.
lot of apps that come and go, and this
Yeah.
may be one of them. It's just maybe it. You know what I mean? I was telling you about a wine app. Well, no,
The beer.
yeah, the beer app that I use. Basically, you take a picture of your receipt and you get a little bit of money back from a beer 6-pack purchase or wine or liquor, whatever. And I was using it for a little while, and then what happens, of course, with a lot of these apps, they go, oh, we're not making as much as we thought we were making. We have to adjust things. And before you know it, I was getting back $1.50 for a 6-pack, and now I'm getting back a quarter, maybe 50 cents. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, they're adjusting to whatever, and they eventually phase out. That's what ends up happening. I don't want MoviePass to phase out. Obviously, they've been, I think 2012 is when they first started.
11 or 12, yeah.
Yeah, so they've been doing this for a while, and it, obviously it works. You know, if it didn't work, but the whole deal is they're literally trying to jumpstart the moviegoers again, and I think it's a brilliant attempt. You know, they're saying, you know what, we're going to take a loss. We may take a hit. It's not going to be as bad as a
We can
hit
afford
because
it.
we can afford this. We have the backing.
Hopefully.
Let's get people back in the theater. I love the theater experience. If I have a choice between going to the theater and watching it at home, I would pick the theater.
Yeah, me too.
Because I love the theater experience. So
And it'll have to be one with recliners now. I've gotten so spoiled to the Epic Theater recliners.
With recliners?
Yeah. But if I go to a movie theater that don't have them, it's like,
what is this shit?
what is this shit? What is this torture thing that I have to sit on?
This damn chair with freaking spikes. All right, guys. So that's how I feel about it. I think I'm gonna buy and see what
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
comes
yeah.
out
I
to.
definitely,
Yeah.
me and my wife are interested on attending it.
Good.
We'll have a full report.
Awesome. Well, guys, that brings us to the end of the real episode 69.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Well, not that short. We're an hour 36. This is regular.
This is regular?
This is regular. This is the
We sure know how to extend and talk about
we do
crap.
because we like to bullshit.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And Shadow, if she, we miss Shadow. Oh, Shadow, come.
Yeah,
She'll be
Shadow.
back next week.
Yes.
Not to worry about that. This is Arnaldo, a.k. Oh, no. First off, I want to give a shout out to Nivel Escondido.
Nivel Escondido.
Shout out to Nivel
Yes.
Escondido. They are the other podcast that's out there. It's a Spanish podcast. They're great. They have their own group. They do Twitch. Go to Twitch. Find them on Nivel Escondido and Twitch TV. By the way, happy birthday to Alex Nation. Because he just had a birthday recently.
Oh, shoot. Happy birthday.
Yes,
Woo!
and it was good stuff for him. And there was something else I was going to say. Oh, they call him it was great on the last episode. They call him the Demogorgon of podcasting, Alex Nation.
Alex Nation. Oh, wow, that's great.
Demogorgon, for anybody who knows, I guess that's what's that
mythology?
tabletop? No, that tabletop game. What the hell is that called?
Oh, Magic?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons?
Dungeons and
Yes.
Dragons, So also it was in Stranger Things, which is more important. That's one of them caught up with it. Anyway, this is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, signing off for tonight. Mr. Santos, take me home.
Nope. You go home yourself. GG! Why are you not recording?
Baby, it up, give it up, baby, give it up.
You should be recording this.
It is recording, sir.
Oh, right, good.
GG's The Mouthful podcast is brought to you by goodgame.tech, the most welcoming gaming community on Facebook. Join the conversation at www.goodgame.tech.